Hey, what's up guys, it's Ace3rd, and today we have some really good news. I usually don't do anything related to Smogon necessarily when it comes to suspects and bans, but I feel that this one is the most important and it needs a lot of exposure because it's very influential to the XYOU metagame, so that's why I'm making a video about it. So anyway, the suspect for this round is in fact the one and only Aegislash. Now, I'll get on how I feel about it later, but let me just read what this says. It says, "Hey there guys, the OU Council has decided to suspect Aegislash for this round. There has been calls by players across the spectrum to give Aegislash a suspect test, so that's exactly what's going to happen." And then it gives the details on what you need and when it's going to be suspected and the points you need and etc. So, to be honest, this is the one suspect that I feel, outside of Mega Lucario, was the most necessary. And the reason why I say that is because Aegislash is simply unlike anything we've ever seen before. Stance change. Stance change is probably the best thing in the planet, in the world of Pokemon throughout every single generation, because for it to be able to have 150 base, defense, and special defense, not one or the other, both 150 base defense and special defense, which is on par with Deoxys defense, and has more HP than Deoxys defense too, and a better typing, and then be able to switch off to an attack form that has Deoxys normal attack and special attack, 150 base each. What in the world? How is that okay? I don't understand. I mean, Aegislash has a Ghost and Steel typing. Not only is that a really good defensive type, which resists a plethora of things, and even give it an air balloon, it's even more better. That is an excellent defensive. I mean, not even defensive type, offensive type too. It's Shadow Ball or Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak. Ghost this generation only has one immunity, which is normal, and one resistance, which is dark. I don't see how something with 150 base each and be able to learn Sword Stance, and you don't even have to do Sword Stance, you could just do a special attacking set with, what is it, 438 max special attack with Life Orb or something, and just throw out one of the best attacking types in the game. Oh my gosh, Aegislash 2-hit KOs or 1-hit KOs so many things. And if it doesn't 2-hit KO, all you need to do is just King Shield, go into your shield form, be able to take minimal damage. You don't even have to invest into your defensive stats, and then you still have, what, 336 of both defenses if you don't have a nature reducing stat nature? Like, what? That's not plausible. And okay, the thing about Aegislash is not only does it have such good defenses and such good stats, its move pool also is pretty good. It's just because, oh, you have dark and normal, you could just, no, you can't just use one of those things, because it also has Sacred Sword, which is super effective against both of those types. Or you could just use Mana Buzz. They have Head Smash. Oh, you could just run B-Sharp. They can run Outspeed. I mean, they can run max speed in order to outspeed it and be able to Sacred Sword it. It's just not, it has so many things it can do, and it can work on stall, it can work on hyper offense. It's a mess. It's simply a mess. And then another thing about Aegislash, I don't think this is a viable argument, to an extent, but it is something that needs to be pointed out, in my opinion, is that Aegislash prevents you from using so many things. You can't use Mega Gardevoir effectively, you can't use Mega Heracross effectively, you barely can use Mega Medicham effectively, you can not even use Starmie anymore. A lot of the things that were OU last generation aren't OU anymore because Aegislash exists. I don't have a list of them right now to show you guys, but I think some of you already can know. You can just look into the UU tier or BL tier, etc., and see all those things that are walled by Aegislash, and they can't be OU, and they can't be used more because Aegislash completely shuts them down. I don't think that's an argument necessarily to say not to use it anymore. However, I do think that it's something that you should be able to look at and say, hey, I think that's a little bit significant, and I think that might be a logical reason to get this thing out of OU. Its stats just belong in Ubers. I mean, altogether, it has a 720 BST. That's Kiram B's and Kira White's base stat total. Was that more than Arceus? Hold on, is that more than Arceus? Let me see. I think that's more than Arceus. Dex Arceus. That's the same as Arceus. Are you kidding me right now? That's not acceptable. That's not cool. That's just a mess. So how could you allow that thing to be an OU? Anyway, for all of you saying that it doesn't need to be banned, I want you guys to comment and tell me why. Why don't you see this thing going away? How do you think this thing is healthy for this metagame? And why don't you think this over-centralizes the metagame? Because truly it does. You want Earthquake on so many stupid things just for ages. Let me think of some things. I can't even think of anything right now. This is so ridiculous. But anyway, I hope you guys can see what I'm getting at here. Please leave a comment as to what you guys feel about this, because I really want to know how you guys feel about Aegislash, because I'm definitely on the ban side. And for those of you who don't want it banned, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to be racking up the points, and you know I can. And you know, I'll get to that point where I can vote for it, and unfortunately I'm just going to be getting that thing out of OU immediately. So if you hate me for that, I'm sorry, you can unsubscribe, but that thing just has to go. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Ace of the Fair. Give me your opinions, and I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.